Good morning. Welcome to MMU Speaks On with the Faculty of Creative Multimedia. I'm Dr. Heidi. I'm the Deputy Dean for Academics and Innovative Learning, and I'm your host for today. So with me is the lovely Dean's office from the faculty. So we have our Dean, Ms. Nadia Mahmood, our Deputy Dean of Postgraduate and Collaboration, Dr. Vimala Perumal, and we have our Deputy Dean for Student and Experience and Alumni, Dr. Alina Amir. So we're here today to help you discover what kind of creative you want to be. Let's start with an introduction to the faculty and the programs that we have. Over to you, Ms. Nadia.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Heidi. So again, welcome to the MMU Speaks On Season 5. So we are from the Faculty of Creative Multimedia. In case you didn't catch, this is my Deputy Dean of Academic and Innovative Learning. So in the Faculty of Creative Multimedia, we are very proud that we have programs that promote multidisciplinary students who can serve multiple creative industries throughout the region as well as globally. So within our entire faculty, we have programs that meet all levels from foundation to diploma, undergraduate studies, as well as postgraduate studies. So on the foundation level, we have the Foundation in Creative Multimedia. So this is a program that concentrates on enhancing art and design and technology skills for the use of the creative industries, so in hopes that it will prepare them for undergraduate studies. So that will be on the foundation level, and anyone who is from SPM can join our foundation studies, and it will help prepare you for that. A lot of the time when we have parents or students come to see us, they don't know which path to take. So I always sort of encourage them, like, if you don't know the creative industry well enough, but you are interested, I would always suggest that you go into the foundation studies, because it allows you 1 year of exploration and play in the whole creative industry fundamentals. And then you discover, what kind of creative do you actually want to be? So from the foundation level, you get to choose between 4 programs. The Bachelor of Multimedia in Animation, which concentrates on narrative storytelling, but in the animation medium. So you can do either 3D, 2D, we have had stop motion animation as well. We also have the sister program for that one, which is the Bachelor of Multimedia in Visual Effects. So this is concentrated on narrative storytelling that is more blending in of 3D assets or visual effects with live action footage. Then we have the Bachelor of Multimedia in Advertising Design, which talks about how do you actually market strategies, how do you actually plan strategies for effective campaigns. Maybe you can talk about it better since you're from the advertising side. And finally, our newest program, which is the Bachelor of Immersive Media, which covers virtual reality, augmented reality, as well as projection mapping and media arts, as well as UI UX design, which is one of the hot topics that we have in terms of careers within the creative industry. And then if foundation or degree is not for you, we also have the diploma program. So our diploma programs are about 2 or 2.5 years, depending on which program you look for. So we have the diploma in 3D modeling and animation. So it's very much concentrated in the technical and skill sets that is required to work in the animation and VFX, as well as game art industries. We also have the diploma in creative multimedia, which looks more into graphic design, visual communication, fundamentals or introductory to mobile app design. Then finally, we have our diploma in creative audio, which is a very niche program, but it's very, very interesting because it actually serves a part of multimedia which sometimes gets forgotten, which is the sound part of things. So our diploma in creative audio actually serves this. It helps students to sort of discover, as a sound designer for film, for animation, for visual effects, for games, what can you contribute and what can you help enhance in terms of the medium itself?
Yeah. So even when they've completed their diploma programs, they can then go into our degree programs as well, right? If
Yes.
they're interested.
So if you're interested, even if you have done the route of diploma and you still choose to go for degree, which is great, because it does help, on the degree side, it does help to sort of expand your critical thinking side, because it covers subjects like media aesthetics, semiotics, which isn't covered on the diploma level. So if you plan to have a more holistic and problem-solving view of your creative industry and of the world, then please, if you are from diploma side, you can advance to degree where we can cover that. So for our diploma students from FCM who continue to our degree program, they will shorten their studies in about 2 years, 1.5, depending on which program and which degree that you go through to the end of the day.
Okay, awesome. So those are the programs that we have at the faculty. And let's show you our faculty showreel so you can now see what the kind of works that our students have produced. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching our faculty showreel. So you've heard about our foundation program, our diploma programs, as well as our degree programs. So now, as a creative, if I were to, think about pursuing a postgraduate degree, what are my options at the faculty?
I think we have quite a few. So the good thing about our faculty is that, again, we were talking about, covering all levels. So usually when people think about the creative industry, I'll be very frank, the last thing on their mind is actually doing the research aspects of creatives, right? But I think because of how we structure our levels, the foundation level, the diploma level, the degree level, which I think is very effective because now we're top 260 in the world. It prepares the student for the even more critical thinking and problem-solving aspects of the creative industry, which is covered in the postgraduate studies that we have in the faculty. So for us, we have two types of postgraduate studies. We have the master's in coursework, and we also have the master's on the degree by research and by PhD by research as well. So I'll pass this on to my DD for postgraduate and collaboration, Dr. Vimala, to talk more about postgraduate studies and what are the chances and what are the opportunities that we have as creatives doing our master's and our postgraduate studies.
Thank you, Miss Nadia, and thank you, MMU Speaks On, for this opportunity. Thank you for having us. Okay, postgraduate in FCM, like what Miss Nadia said just now, we have two tracks. Okay, one is by coursework, master in creative multimedia, and we have by research. Master by research as well as PhD. Okay, the field of study, of course, we cover all the creative multimedia domain for research base. As for coursework, this is a very special course because you only required to study for a year and you get your master.
Wow.
Yes.
1 year.
Yes, it's only 1 year. All right. And as for the research base, of course, if you are going for a master, we have full time and part time as well. If it's full time, then it is for master is 2 years, part time is 3 years, and for PhD is 3 years, and full time is 3 years, part time is 5 years. Right. So
Okay. So how do we know which is right for us, coursework or research?
it depends on the individuals. If you were to ask me, my dad always asked me, you know what is the real meaning of life? I was like, what, life? Yeah, life. Then he told me, life is further education. So if you want to further your education, you must know what you want, what is the purpose of you doing that study, okay, your research. You must study something that you feel that you can contribute to your community after that. Not just studying and then you keep the certificate in the wardrobe, you must contribute back to your community through your research work. So that's what I believe in.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Vimala. Maybe now we can talk a little bit about, what student life like in FCM. Dr. Alina?
Okay. Thank you very sorry.
Or you can have one of our mics.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Heidi, for the very wonderful question, and thank you very much for having us, all of us here today. Okay. What was the question?
What's it like as a student? Yeah.
Student life. Yeah, that is a
Student
very
life.
interesting topic because students are the most important aspect of our faculty. Without students, I don't think all of us would be here. We were students once upon a time. All of us are Permata Dunia, right? Starting from Dr. Heidi, Miss Nadia, Dr. Vimala, and me as well. So we always encourage our students not only to excel in their academic, but in their social life as well. We offer a range of activities for our students, starting from the clubs and societies that they can join, as well as we encourage industry-led projects and activities, such as we have the current iCadet, which is a program initiated by our president that encourages our students to be very well related with the industry. We have panels coming in, we have projects for the students at the same time. Also, we are very close with our alumni. As they mentioned, actually the industry is FCM. FCM is the industry for multimedia, animation, advertising, media arts and whatnot. So for our alumni, we are very close because our lecturers are also mostly our alumni, Permata Dunia as well. So our classes are not only within the four walls, but we also have classes out there in the industry with real life projects, and we bring in speakers, we bring in actual projects or activities that's happening around us, so that students, they don't get a shock when they leave the university. They are actually in the industry already before they graduate. And also talking about lifestyle, I think our university is very, very active, not only during the semester, but during semester breaks, because we have holiday activities during the semester break as well, because it's not that long. It's almost like 3 weeks only. So we do have students during semester break and also during the semester. And they are encouraged to also do a lot of activities with the community. We have subjects such as project management, university USR subjects. So the students will be having to do a lot of activities for the society, either in Cyberjaya or in Selangor, or in Malaysia as well. So I think that is the lifestyle of our students.
Doesn't it sound like an amazing campus life if you join FCM? Maybe Dr. Vima can also add on a bit for postgraduate students. What's the experience like for them? Because I believe there are a lot of postgraduate activities as well. Yeah.
Yes, actually for postgrad, as for our coursework, I think last year we have sent 2 of our students to Latvia for an exchange program. I think it's a very good experience for our student. Apart from that, you can see that in our faculty, we organize a lot of postgraduate research talk for our students. And also we have industry talk. We also have like a research poster exhibition for our postgrad students, for them to exhibit their research work through poster. And then we also have creative exhibition. So we have many activities for our students. And recently we initiated a lab dedicated for our postgrad, whereby they can sit there and do their research work, they can collaborate and, do more work based on our tagline, right? Industry, research-led, industry-driven university. We are truly research-led, industry-driven university.
For the university.
Yeah, and also for our faculty.
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. So much. There's so many things you can do. We have all the facilities and support in place to ensure that you have a wonderful student experience at our faculty. We often get asked this question, since just now Dr. Alina mentioned about industry exposure with the iCadet program. We often get asked what about our lecturers? And I believe our staff themselves, not only are they Permata Dunia, but they are also people with a lot of industry experience as well. So I believe that if you join FCM, you have a very well-rounded, a very holistic experience. You have exposure to lecturers who have industry experience, as well as exposure to the current industry as well, because we're very close with the industry and we're often inviting them for, as they've mentioned, for talks, for workshops, for activities, even industry-led projects. So it's a very wonderful experience here at the faculty. So, Miss Nadia, would you like to?
Yes. let me fix this mic before it ends up being tugged on. Okay. Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the faculty's achievements. In terms of we always send our students for competitions and all that. Like, what are the faculty's achievements like?
I think it's okay. Just an overview for those of you who don't know FCM very well. We've actually been around for quite a while, at 25 years, I think 25, 26, around that time, which is why when Dr. Elina said, FCM is the industry and the industry is FCM, there is quite a grain of truth in that one, because I think when the faculty was established, the creative industry was pretty immature at that point. So we were producing alumni and we were producing students who end up becoming the movers and shakers of the industry. So even now, currently, our current adjunct professors for FCM, we have 3 of them. We have 2 from the animation industry, which is Mr. Nizam Raza, and the other one is Mr. Usama Zaid, and then one from the advertising industry, which is Vijay Anand. So they were all our Pramata Dunia. In case you didn't know, Pramata Dunia is the nickname that we give to all our alumni. So they're called Pramata Dunias.
Gems of the world.
Gems of the world. So all 3 are our adjunct professors and as well as Pramata Dunia, and they've come down to help us strengthen and enhance our faculty better. So in the past years, over the 25 years, we've gotten to the point that we finally achieved the QS ranking by subject, top 260 in the world. And
Very
we
well
hope
done.
to go higher and higher and maintain that for the students. But apart from that one, I think, again, because we've always encouraged students to go into the industry. And one of the best avenues for that one for the students is actually to go into competitions. So I think in the previous years, we've had students who have joined the Honor Global Design Talent Competition. I think she's currently now in the advertising department, and she was in diploma program that time, and she won, I think, 2nd place. We've also had students who have joined the My Tiger Values for Maybank. I think recently last year for, I'm sorry, I don't remember the full name of the entire competition, but the nickname was DICES. Maybe Dr. E, if you remember what did DICES stand for? Development something. We will look it up. There's so many acronyms here, so we always forget which one is which. So our students on the virtual reality program, or now our Bachelor Immersive Media, they actually won the 1st place, the Gold Award for that one. And the VFX students, I think, won silver, if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually part of the objective for our faculty, besides going through the iCadet processes, but to also increase that hunger for competition and for self-improvement is to seed them into competitions. So it helps them to develop their skills and their confidence, which is the best thing about the creative industry. I know students on the creative side, they always have this imposter syndrome, where they always feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't think I can win this. But going through all these competitions, submitting their works for final year project, submitting their works for final year projects for competition really helps to sort of increase their confidence, because I believe that's something that it's a crippling problem that a lot of creative people have, is that we always think we're not good enough. Yeah. But the thing is, if we don't try, we won't know.
We will never know.
You will never know.
Yeah. I think even at the, we also had ITEX. Yeah, ITEX, InventX, our creative exhibitions. So we actually have, even on campus and off campus, many avenues for students to participate in this kind of competitions and to really showcase what they've done. And they most have received accolades for that. So they're all doing very well, getting gold, silver, bronze medals and awards. Yeah.
Yes, in the interest of wasting time. We're out of the structure of the entire thing, so we're pretty much doing this on the fly. So I think knowing that we were all Pramata Dunia, right? So I'm sorry, I just took over from being a host. Why did you join FCM, Dr. Heidi?
Oh no. I think during my time, I was looking for a program. I knew I wanted to do something in the creative industry, in the creative field. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to look. And I remember I had a friend who told me about MMU. I kind of did sort of registered at other places as well. But when I came to MMU and I saw for myself, so you can come for our open day. It's this Saturday and Sunday. If you come for our open day, you come and see our campus, come and see the faculty, come and see the facilities. I was really blown away by the whole campus and the kind of feeling that I got when I came in. I knew that this was a place that I feel really comfortable in, and I felt like it could helped me grow as a person and as a creative. And so that was, I think, one of the key reasons. I remember I went to the library and we were so impressed that there was like a digital library, and the entire campus was so beautiful, and it was this big, beautiful campus. And yeah, it's still a very beautiful campus now. If you come and see it for yourself, I'm sure you will agree. We have a very beautiful lake, MMU Lake, which has like lotus flowers, and it's gorgeous. It's a great place to go for and heal when you get stressed from assignments. Even lecturers like to go there too. So yeah, I think that was one of the reasons why. And then when I came into the program, I think it was such a wonderful experience meeting all the wonderful lecturers. I think Dr. Vimala was my lecturer at the time. I still remember. Dr. Elena too. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm still very young, okay?
But yeah, I remember the lecturers being really, really kind, very helpful, and they really helped me to grow and love being a creative. And like Nadia mentioned, like right at the beginning, you may not really know what you want to do, especially you're going to go through a degree program. You haven't decided what exactly you want to specialize in. The foundation was such a great program to discover that, to discover where my talents were, what I was good at, what I liked, what I disliked, and that really helped me to choose the program. So I ended up in the media innovation program at that time. Now it's called the advertising design program. So yeah.
I think your experience was about the same as mine, but I didn't have the luxury of seeing the campus because I was from the East Malaysia, Sabah side. So back then it was still expensive to even fly to just check out a campus. So I basically just applied blindly. Like, I think MMU is the place.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, yes. So on my side, I joined FCM because I think during that time, again, showing how old I am, there wasn't many institutions that offered animation and visual effects at that time, except for MMU. And I was really interested in becoming or joining that industry at that time. So for me, I joined MMU because of that reputation in animation and the visual effects industry. And then I joined straight from the foundation year as well. And again, like you, during that time, it's like, yeah, I think I want to be in animation, but I'm not sure if it's really for me. But let me try all of these, I guess, the design and art fundamentals that really help me sort of pick out what I'm really good at. Because usually when you come to foundation, you don't specialize yet. You learn the basics, and then you get to see what your seniors are doing. You get to see what industry is introduced to you, and then that's where you make your choice. And that's when I realized, you know what? I think I kind of like. I am confirmed that I will join the animation industry because that was for me. Because I was always kind of seesawing between either I was going to join advertising or animation, but it was in the foundation process, I think, where I found out I kind of like 3D.
Yeah, I think something that maybe for those who are just like discovering your love for creative work and doing creative work, you may be wondering like, oh, if I can't draw, am I going to survive this? And I think I can safely say that you don't have to worry about that because really the foundation program prepares you for that. There's drawing fundamental classes. There are classes that will teach you software, will teach you everything. We'll make sure you're well equipped before you move on to your degree programs.
And you don't have to worry about the software because once you join FCM and MMU, all students get access to Adobe, which is being used by the industry. So you don't have to worry about whether or not you have access to that software.
Yeah.
Oh. maybe talk about how did you join FCM?
Okay. To be honest, I have a different set of story. Creative industry was not the career option given to me by my parents when I finished my SPM. However, because I wanted to become a chemical engineer, actually, then, the plot twist. My brother, he was working with TM at that time, so he brought this scholarship form. He said, you know what, multimedia is going to be the next thing in the industry. You study for film and animation, this is going to be the future. You fill up this scholarship form, okay? And you are going into MMU. I said, how sure are you that I'll get the scholarship? Then he said, no, you fill up. Then I fill up the form. Then I told my dad. My dad wanted me to become a doctor, medical doctor. So I used to tease him, at least I got my doctor, but not doctor by, I'm not MBBS, but Doctor of Philosophy. So then I joined MMU and I got a scholarship. I'm very grateful for that. So, but when I joined MMU, FCM, that first year, it was like, I almost cried every day. I was like, okay, because I'm a science stream student, so I stopped all these art subjects after Form 3.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? So I literally cry every day, and I told my mom, why am I doing this? My mom said, just stop crying and just go and finish your assignment. And I'm like, okay, I have no other choice. So I continue my life. But eventually, I started to love what I was doing. So when I was almost finished the foundation year, I started to realize that this is the thing, I think this is me, right? And like you said, you don't have to worry about drawing. Yes, don't have to worry about drawing. I was so bad in my drawing, but I have beautiful lecturers. By the way, Dr. E was my lecturer. So I'm not that old, huh? I'm still young.
Oh no.
I'm Dr. Heidi's lecturer, but Dr. E is my lecturer, so I'm not that old. Okay. Then I was like, okay. So I realized that you just have to do what you love and love what you do. And you will achieve great things.
It may not be an easy process, but it's worth it.
It's very worth it. And all I can say is that you just have to love what you're doing. So once you love it, you don't see it as a sacrifice. You don't see it as a burden. You will start loving it, and you will do it full-heartedly. And yeah, you will see a lot of things that will just come in without you knowing. Yeah, so that's my life.
Thank you, Dr.
I think joining the creative industry is a good payoff because being in the Asian structure, we're always told, the main things that you should be are doctors, lawyers, engineers. And architect is like the most artistic part of the accepted careers that we have. But I think nowadays, the creative industry becomes very important because we are the sort of like the bridge between what you call the hard sciences or the STEM education. We are actually considered STEM as well, but we are the bridge between the hard sciences and the people. Being in the creative industry is actually the one that actually helps to sort of communicate, all these concepts or all these technologies that maybe the guys in the IT and the engineering side are really good at, and they really want to give it to the masses, but they don't know how.
Yeah.
The how comes to us. We know how to do it.
Actually, I used to tell my brother last time when he was convincing me to join this program, you do film and animation. You know what I told him? I only know how to watch film and watch animation. I don't know how to do it. But now we know how to do it. So that's a beautiful part of this course.
Yes, thank you very much for your sharing. Dr. Alina, do you want to add on?
So her Permata Dunia is for the PhD level. Just to introduce you, she was actually trained as an architect.
Yes.
So again, it shows you how the multidisciplinary aspect of our faculty is. You don't have to be, part of the, fundamental art and design when you were doing in your SPM. So Dr. E came from architecture and she joined multimedia. So maybe you can give us, how did you go from architecture to multimedia?
Okay. Thank you for the question. And now I shall let the whole world know how old I am. So I'm from the dinosaur years. Dr. Vimala was in my first batch that when I taught in MMU. 2000. Oh, I have to mention. I was just about to mention the year, but I will not do it now. And of course, even Miss Nadia and Dr. Heidi as well, they were all my students. So, cikgu memang. So anyways, my story is also a little bit different because I came here as a lecturer. And because I was practicing for around 2 years in the industry with the developers and the architects and whatnot. But I have this love for art. Yeah, but I was not, no, at that time, when you are, let's say you're in a science stream, because now I know that you can mix your subjects. You're allowed to take subjects, but at that time, if you are in the science stream, so we are, science stream, and you're supposed to choose your degree, accordingly. So that was my path at that time. I wanted to do arts, but I was kind of denied, taking arts for my degree. So I went into architecture. Okay. Then after that, I came into MMU as a lecturer, and I was offered to further my studies. So to make the long story short, I continued to do my masters in creative multimedia, and after that, to completing my PhD, also in creative multimedia. The good thing is that we have an array of the area that we would like to pursue. So not only the sciences or arts, but we can do anything under the sun, but it has to be related, of course, to multimedia. So I continued to do architecture as the main domain, maybe the research area, but I continued to do my master's and PhD, researching on the multimedia aspect of it, visualization aspect of it, as well as other things where actually my students are now teaching me the current technology. So it shows that how diverse, this faculty is. We learn from each other. I learn from my students. They teach me a lot. And so for, you guys out there, if you would like to continue into your postgraduate studies, of course, you may come. Our info day is during this weekend, 10 and 11 of May. And you can talk to any of us or any of, on duty on that day, our staff on duty. And you can just ask us whether you can continue your postgraduate over here. I think we are open to any topic, right? We are not limited.
Within the creative multimedia technology domain.
Yes, within the creative multimedia technology domain. And I can assure you that it has been such a wonderful journey, not only to teach, but to also study together with them. I remember I was teaching, and at night I was trying to finish my thesis. So it is quite a journey for me, but I would not choose any other university. Okay, I have to also, my alma mater, I've got to also thank UTM, where I study architecture. But again, I shout out to my juniors over there, why not you try and come here to MMU to further your studies over here. It will be an experience that you will never forget. Thank you, Dr. Heidi.
I think it's a very good example on how multidisciplinary actually the creative industries are. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be forced into a box of what exactly is a creative, all right? Because there are types of creative everywhere. So you've got the architect, visualization 3D artist now who came in from architecture. You have Dr. Vim, whose parents wanted her to be doctors, and she wanted to be a chemical engineer, and now she's a well-known Tamil filmmaker. You have little old me, who initially wanted or was asked to be a lawyer, but I decided to rebel and go into the creative industry, and I'm now a 3D artist. Apart from that, I went back to my sciences as well, where I actually do a very niche filmmaking aspect, which is called cinephotomicrography, which means I take films using microscopes. Yes. So I go back, and it's all about the, merging in and marrying in all these multidisciplines from different fields, right? And then you have you.
Yeah, so I had my background in advertising design, so I've done like anything to do with advertising I've done before, and then for my PhD I actually went into education technology instead. So I looked at with all the skills that I have in terms of creative multimedia, how do I use that to help support my students and help them to learn better. So I think with that, any last words? No. I think with that we can actually wrap up today's Speak On, MMU Speaks On. Thank you very much for joining us today.
And we hope to see you in our campus, in the Faculty of Creative Multimedia. We have an open day coming up on the 10th
and 11th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes, and you can come see and meet us there. I will definitely be there on both days. And then you can approach me, you can talk to me about anything you want, academically wise or industry wise, that's fine. And I'll be there to answer your questions. Apart from that, we really do hope to see you in the faculty, because in terms of reaching out and producing the people, we have the proven formula.
Yeah.
I think we've produced a lot of alumni who have become the movers and shakers of the industry. And for you, it's just figuring out, what kind of creative do you want to be?
Okay, with that, thank you very much for having us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.